Time now for Club Corner with Melbourne and Fitzroy representing the Demons. Robbie Flower, their skipper, and Fitzroy, Robert Walls, their coach. Asking the questions, Kevin Bartlett.
Robert, firstly, another disappointing start to the season for Fitzroy after being finalists last year. Your forward line yesterday, apart from Bernie Quinlan, really non-existent.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Kevin. Our forward line didn't function at all. Not much system or flow there, and certainly kicking for goal was inaccurate, and we made hard work of it.
Gary's side bottom to me is a big loss down at Fitzroy, because he did do a lot of the bullocking work, ruck work in that forward line. And of course Gary Pert yesterday, not as big as side bottom. What about the future at centre half forward?
Yes, well, we certainly missed the size and strength and spirit of Gary's side bottom, but Gary's gone, so we have to develop from there. I think Gary Pert will be able to take over there and do the job well. He certainly has got a lot to learn, but he's young and he's enthusiastic and he's a smart player, and it might take a while, but I'm sure that he'll be able to fill the bill there.
Robert Flower, the performance yesterday of Melbourne was, I felt, a very, very good one, particularly with the new forward set up with Cordner at full forward and Wilson in the pocket. Now, obviously, this is going to be the pattern for Melbourne all year. Cordner, Ron Barassi said several years back, might be 6 years before he's a good player, but it looks like he's arrived a bit earlier than that.
Yes, I think David's performance at full forward was good, and Brian Wilson's disciplined performance in the forward pocket was just as good. They combined really well, with David being able to fly for the marks, and when it hit the ground, Brian, instead of his usual tactic of flying with other players, rode the packs well, and between them they kicked 13 goals.
Robin White, your new recruit from South Adelaide, fitted in very nicely and seems to have added a little bit of strength and toughness to the Melbourne defence.
Certainly, he's a great acquisition to our side, and the way he goes and attacks the ball, and also the opposition players, when they get the ball, it's not too many that evade him. He's an excellent tackler, and we're privileged to have him on our side, and he's really led by example there. Andrew
Cross, a reject from St Kilda. A lot of people felt he was going to be a bit too slow for league football, but yesterday in his debut for Fitzroy, played very, very well.
Yes, Kevin, I think that was one of the pleasing parts of the day for us, was the performance of Andrew. He's a player who we've had our eye on for a couple of years, and we were delighted to get him. He plays it hard, he plays it strong, and he's got a lot of skill. And I thought his first up game for us was quite good.
And just finally, Robert, when we look at O'Sullivan from Melbourne, it was great to see him back playing good football again, because he's had a very bad time with injuries.
Yes, his performance on a wing was quite pleasing, and he can only get better from here. It's his first real game for a number of weeks, and his fitness will certainly improve from there and be a great player for us.
Thank you to both Roberts. Here's Lou.
The two Roberts, yes, and we've had quite a few phone calls. I am standing up if you really want to know. From Red Tulip, you've got the magnificent basket of Easter eggs, and don't forget, as I said before, next Friday is the Good Friday appeal for the Children's Hospital, and be in it because it's great. And also from Batocki, you've got the magnificent small goods. They're just out of this world, Robert and Robert.
Thanks, Luke.
Didn't play on the wing yesterday, mate. Missed you there a bit.
Didn't get a game.
Let's check the voting in the Canberra Club Award from the game yesterday.